Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD Starcraft and I'm here to bring you guys game 2 between EG.Jaedong versus FXO.Gumiho. It is going to be on Neo Planet S. And this is the new snowy covered mountaintop planet platforms. I guess it's a space platform, if you will. I never really realized it is a space platform, but that's what it is. And it is going to be game 2, the setting for game 2 here between FXO.Gumiho, the red Terran player, in the top right hand corner of the map, and of course EG.Jaedong, the blue Zerg player, the 6-time champion, spread out over the MSL and the OSL. He is a 6-time champion in the bottom left hand corner. Some of you guys might remember his infamous rivalry with Flash, who is also playing Starcraft 2 Heart of the Storm right now, although he was not. I don't think he was competing in the Stockholm event. So anyways, we get one half of the rivalry here. It is going to be Jaedong. He's going to be facing up against Gumiho, who used to play as random, actually. He made the switch over to Terran a while back, but he used to be a random player. So that's one thing that I think Gumiho's might have going for him, is he's got like the experience of playing Zerg versus Terran on the other side of the river, you know. So he kind of knows how to play against Zerg, but obviously he knows how to play against Zerg, but he knows how Zerg plays against Terran. But does he know how to play against Jaedong? That's the question here. Jaedong is he's been practicing in as part of Team EG. He joined Team EG actually when he made the switch over to Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. And he has been just a beast Zerg player. Actually, I don't know if this has anything to do with Idra's recent Idra was recently, I believe, removed from Team EG. I don't know too much about the details regarding that, but I don't know if Jaedong has anything to do with that. But anyways, that's a completely different side topic. I won't talk about that here. But yeah, Jaedong here going for a quick expansion on Planet S. He is going to be looking to obviously get that expansion down. As any Zerg player would, you want to make sure that you claim it, you own it, you get the money from it, and then you build your army. So let's see what happens, as Gumiho is actually going for a pretty quick gas here, and that's usually signifying that the Terran wants to go and open with Reapers, which, like I said before, is great. Especially on Planet S, I feel like Reapers are really, really good because they can hop right into the main base from the outside center of the map, if you will, from Planet S onto the platform. So Reapers are really good on this map. They can even hop behind the natural into the main base as well. Would not be surprised to see more than one Reaper coming out, actually. Because a lot of times Terran players will experiment. They'll be like, well, I want to build one, but do I want to make 2 or 3? And on certain maps, they will go for 3 Reapers. On some maps, they'll just open with 1 for scouting purposes. But I think Gumiho will probably focus on more than 1 Reaper this game. That's my opinion. And yeah, there's a second Reaper on the way. Anyways, guys, very, very, very excited here. I will be casting select games from this tournament. The replay pack isn't totally complete. There are replays missing here or there, so I don't know what I want to do about that. But I will be casting games from certain players in no particular order. I'll probably try to do the semis and the finals pretty soon here. But I hope you guys enjoy and are as excited as I am for the premiere, if you will, of StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm's top players. That drone taking a lot of damage here. Jaedong loses the drone from the Reaper. That was not what I was expecting to see, and he's even scrambled his drones here, which is not good. You don't want to do that because you lose a lot of mining time in effect, and so this Reaper has already done catastrophic, well, not catastrophic damage, but he's done some damage to the Zerg base, and there is, of course, that second Reaper now on the way. We do have a very quick factory follow-up for Gumiho, who looks like he wants to go into mech. He was trying to do the mech last game, but he got overwhelmed by Zerglings and Roaches before anything could happen, so we'll see if he'll be able to hold down the fort this time around, if Jaedong decides to go for, of course, that Ling Roach attack. And Gumiho now is going to say, well, forget that, I'm just going to hop down to the snow down below. He's still got these 2 Reapers, obviously, that can do quite a bit of damage, but not when there's a Queen out there. It's pretty hard, and he is going to go ahead and decide to pull back. Anyways, right now it looks like Gumiho does have a natural expansion down, and he is building a couple more barracks, barracks back at home. It's very hard to see with this new layout because I'm used to clicking these buildings and then seeing it down below, but I actually will have to just reach straight off the production tab. I guess from a viewing standpoint it is really nice though, because this is more of like a viewer's perspective of StarCraft 2 more than the player's perspective, but it is very, very nice, I must say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Obviously, this isn't my design or doing, but it is DreamHack's. And look at that, we see Stimpack is now on the way from the barracks. These barracks back over here, I guess, signify that Gumiho, plus the Stimpack, signify that Gumiho does not want to go mech this time, but he will be sticking with Bio. And so that's interesting that he decides to switch it up on this map in particular. I do think this map is very good for Bio because same reason why Reapers are good for hopping up and down these ramps. Medevac's very good on this map as well. So I like the Bio strategy from Gumiho. Any good player has a different arsenal. They can choose upon different weapons. Depending on how they, depending on the map, depending on their opponent, and etc., etc. Anyways, we can see Gumiho is trying to dodge these Zerglings and Queens here, and he is going to be able to get around to the top left-hand side. Meanwhile, those Zerglings were trying to run into the natural expansion of Gumiho, but Jaedong wisely pulls away. In fact, he has not lost... well, there you go. There he loses some Zerglings. I was gonna say he hasn't lost a Zergling yet, I don't think, but he does lose some here. These Zerglings are actually like trapped in the middle of the map as the Hellions are hunting them down, and like predator versus prey, they get burned alive. Although they don't get eaten up, but Gumiho is going to be pretty happy with that. Now, it does look like we have a lot of Zerglings coming to the top right-hand side of the map. Jaedong he's not going for the roaches this time. He's just going for pure Zerglings. He is expanding, so it's almost like a feint attack, or I think maybe this is more designed to just control the map, and because he realizes how many Hellions and Reapers there are, he needs Zerglings on the map in order to defend this third base, so... he decides not to attack. He is going to bring these Zerglings back home to try to defend. They are off the creep now, though, so I don't know how effective they will be. Those Hellions are going to try to dodge these Zerglings and get behind the mineral line, and once they are behind the mineral line, they are just so effective against Zerglings. The Zerglings have a much harder time getting the surface area required to surround them, but it does look like Jaedong, with very nice micro, gets the surround off. He brought half a pack behind the mineral line, the other half this way, and he was able to get that surround down, but now Jaedong's got to contend with the new upgraded Marines. They have Stimpack research, well, they will momentarily, and that is going to mean that Jaedong will have to think about throwing down a Baneling Nest. Typically against Marines, biological army, you do want to get a Baneling Nest down there, just to, it's so good against Marines. Besides Baneling Nest, you can also go for Quick Infestors, but typically Banelings are the optimal strategy against Marines, so we'll see if Jaedong is able to sniff this out. He will see Stim momentarily once he engages these Marines, I would assume. Jaedong needs to pull back, Comsat going down so that Gumiho can take out these Creep Tumors. He knows that Creep Tumors are the lifeblood of a Zerg player. If he can disconnect the third from the natural, he will be able to take out the isolated hatchery here. Now he's used Stim, so Jaedong knows that Stim is down. He is going to try to get rid of these Marines. Very nice micro from both these players. You can see each player taking the time to move their units every time an attack animation is used, just to maximize efficiency here. Every time those Marines fire, they move away. Every time the Zerglings attack, they move forwards. And Jaedong was actually able to kill off those Stim Marines. Very surprising there. I'm looking at the upgrades as well. Neither player has any upgrades yet, but 1-1 is coming for the Zerg player, and 1 weapons is coming for Gumiho, and Gumiho is continuing to stage these attacks. Does he have a macro CC back at home? No, he doesn't. Yeah, he does. I think that is a macro. That is a command center coming up. So he is adding on the command centers. Combat shields on the way. Medevac's coming out as well. Really being aggressive here, taking the aggressive route against Jaedong, and Jaedong finally adding on the Baneling Nest that I thought he should go for. This third hatchery down here is once again exposed to this Marine strike force. There are Mutalisks coming in. Jaedong trying to use the Muta Baneling army, a classic style of Zerg versus Terran, both in StarCraft 2 and in Brood War. Will he be able to take out these Marines, though? I'm not sure. They're just in a great, fantastic position, and the Medevac, one of them gets taken out. The other Medevac is going to get taken out. It looks like Jaedong is going to have just barely enough to take out this army, but then another Medevac is coming behind the natural expansion, trying to split Jaedong's attention on both sides of the map. Will Jaedong be able to clean this up in time? His Queen is focused on the Medevac taking a lot of damage, and finally is forced to pull away. Very nice control right there from the Zerg player. Very nice from Gumiho as well. I'd like to see Gumiho, as soon as he finishes orbital command, to plant it down at this location. Of course, Jaedong, so wise, has planted an Overlord to poop there. He's even got an Overlord pooping over here as well, so both potential resource nodes that the Terran would look to expand to are basically blocked by creep, by purple poop, and it looks like one of the Medevacs was taken out by this Mutalisk flock as well, so Jaedong is going into that god mode where he's just like he has a sixth sense of where things are. I mean, he's blocked both potential expansions. He just took out the medevac. He basically denied the double attack to his third and his natural almost seemingly with ease. Let's look at some of these tabs here. He's got 63 harvesters to 49. The current supply is at 101 to 87. So, you know, Gumiho is not that far behind. If any at all, it's really a close game, to be quite honest with you guys. Let's look at the units lost here. 3K per side, so it is nail-bitingly close right now for both of these players. We can see Gumiho is going to be bringing this command center down. Looks like he wants to go ahead and claim the 3 o'clock expansion, but it is blocked by creep right now, so he'll have to take that out in order to go ahead and claim that spot as his own. +1 armor, +2 weapons on the way for the Terran, but 2-2 is coming right now for Jaedong on the ground, who is basically sticking with like a Muta, Zergling, Baneling flock mentality. It's almost like a forced layer tech, which is totally fine against Terran. It does work against them. It's a very classic style of playing ZvT. But we do have Drilling Claws on the way right now from Gumiho, and I feel like once Drilling Claws comes out with those Widow Mines, they are so good against Mutas and Zerglings that it might force Jaedong to switch up into Hive Tech and start to think about going Ultras and maybe Broodlords, you know. So we'll see what happens, but right now he is sticking on that layer tech. The command center is about to come down, but the creep is revealing its location for no, it's not. I'm sorry, guys. As only creep tumors reveal, not actually creep. So my mistake right there. But anyways, we do see that this expansion is about to come down. Meanwhile, that Overlord, its carcass rolls down the floor down below. And so these Mutalisks, are they going to come in? They are actually going to be able to sabotage the SCV line. I don't know how Jaedong knew that that command center was landing down with the SCVs exposed just right then and there, because if he had gone in literally 5 seconds earlier, it would not have been successful. But he goes in at the right time and picks off a handful of SCVs. Very nice job by Jaedong. And one thing you guys might have never seen before in a professional game of Starcraft 2, but I have seen Jaedong do in Brood War, is he's able to split. Oh god, it's a trap! It's a trap! And the Banelings, are they going to detonate? No, the Marines do not walk over the Baneling army, but oh my god, they will this time around, but Jaedong does not detonate. He's too focused with the Zergling attack on the right hand side. Meanwhile, there is a medevac drop on his hatchery on the left hand side, so there is multiple skirmishes going on right now on the map. It looks like one hatchery was canceled off, and honestly, if these two Banelings had gone off, it would have been devastating. Anyways, what I was trying to say is Jaedong's one of the great things he's been able to do throughout the times of playing StarCraft is he knows how to split his Mutalist army into 2 different chunks. He'll actually micro 2 different Mutalist armies at once, you know, one at the natural, one at the main, and just pick off SCVs twice as fast. I don't think we'll see him do it this time around. It was better in Brood War because you can only obviously pack 12 units into a control group, but in StarCraft 2 you can pack a whole, you know, unlimited. But anyways, we do have Zerglings coming in here. There is a bunker at that location that's going to be blocked up. These Marines and Tanks are trying to fall back, but they are going to be surrounded on 2 different sides. Mutalisks and Banelings coming in, trying to take out all these Marines. The Marines stemming up, and I think the Marines will be able to hold on, even though there's just devastation, carnage, so much blood down below. The blood of both Terrans and Zergs mixing together into the coagulated snow, but it looks like Jaedong is going to be able to pick off the reinforcements here with the Mutas because he pulled away, and he's got such a large army of Mutas here. His current upgrades are at 1 flyer attacks. I'd like to see him get armor, to be honest, for his Mutalisks. It would be so helpful against these Marines. He is going to go into this missile turret. Gumiho's got to defend here, bringing the Marines back home. He's lost a lot of SCVs already, though, and critical blows here dealt by Jaedong, just showing how good he is with this Mutalisk control. He's basically between 2 different expansions right now, but with the way Planet S is designed, his Mutalisks are essentially safe as long as they stay right here on this cliff. They cannot be attacked, but Jaedong is not going to sit back idly. He's going to continue attacking. Meanwhile, the Gumiho is going to also attack this hatchery on the left-hand side of the map. It looks like this hatchery is going to go down, and Gumiho with a brilliant counter-strike. That's exactly what you need to do when you're under pressure in StarCraft 2. You cannot continue to play defensively. You've got to be offensive to try to split your opponent's attention, and you can see Jaedong now focus on taking out this medevac, which buys Gumiho time to fortify his defenses between these 2 bases, basically. Meanwhile, a massive attack going down in the middle of the map here. Zerglings, Marines, Widow Mines, everything's going off. It looks like Gumiho is going to be successful here, but the Mutas come flying back over to assist in the engagement, and there are not enough Marines here, but there are some Widow Mines below, and the mines are doing a ton of damage, although all the mines right now are on cooldown, so it looks like Jaedong is going to be successful winning this skirmish, and now he can just go ahead and pull back a little bit. This is an amazing game of StarCraft 2. Heart of the Swarm, Jaedong versus Gumiho. Jaedong is going to flood on through the front doors, and he's put all the supply depots on fire. Somebody call the fire department because the walls are about to come down, and all the SCVs are going to go down as well. So It does not look good right now for Gumiho, who's basically struggling to restore order here. You can see Zerglings are flooding over to this this 3 o'clock expansion. The bunker, it has got to be repaired. It's got to stay alive, but there isn't enough surface area for the SCVs, and the base has been breached. Jaedong has broken the 3rd expansion. He's broken one of the Terran players' critical resource nodes, and now Gumiho, I mean, it's going to be a snowball effect. If he cannot reclaim this expansion, he will not be able to keep up economy-wise against the Zerg player. It's just not going to be possible, I don't think. And you can see here, Jaedong is just continuing to fly around the map. Oh, brutal Widow Mine right there. And that's what you've got to be careful about when you're going with this Mutalisk army is, you know, Widow Mines can be the death of you. A couple of mine shots and your Mutalisk flock will get taken down very, very quickly. So surprising that Jaedong is still staying on Layer Tech. He has not gone up to Hive yet. Although, yes, he has gone up to Hive. He's researching +3 Carapace, but he hasn't gone for Ultralisk Cavern. I don't see a Greater Spire down there on the production tab. So I don't think Jaedong has got really any real Tier 3 tech yet. But who needs Tier 3 tech when you're Jaedong and you've got Mutalisks and Banelings and Zerglings? Gumiho's got to figure out a way to stay alive here. He's actually, I don't know what he's doing here. He's planning down his orbital commands, not at an expansion location. It's almost like he's trying to, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe trying to go for the gold expansion. That would be really ballsy. You know, if he can get this gold down, then all of a sudden he's right back in this game. But it is a very hard location to defend. That's kind of the trade-off with going for gold. We do have an Ultralisk Cavern coming down right now from Jaedong, and that's what you expect to see. Adrenal Glands on the way as well. So Jaedong is going to switch into his extremely good Ultralisk Zergling army late game on the ground. I've seen countless games of him playing Ultralisk against Flash, you know, late game Ultra. It's just amazing watching him play that. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like he's going to go into a siege this base, although this time around it looks like Gumiho's defenses are going to be stout. He will be able to defend, but will he be able to keep this base alive? It looks like 4 Widow Mines are here. These Mutalisks could fly over. No, they are going to take the left escape route, so I think that will be just okay. Meanwhile, a bloodbath in front of the doors here, and the Marines are going to come out. It looks like the orbital command is on fire. Meanwhile, we do have a medevac flying into Zerg airspace. It looks like Gumiho is going to try to get a drop here, but I don't know. Oh man, if he could take out this Ultralisk Cavern, that would be absolutely huge. And it looks like he's going to drop all his Marines out. Kite plating now on the way. I don't think Gumiho will be able to take it down. Zergling's already there, and this army is going to get taken down. Very nice job by Jaedong getting his forces back there in time, although it looks like Gumiho was able to lift off his forces. This time around, the medevac gets taken out, so only 4 Marines left alive. They will be able to take out a Queen, but honestly, the loss of drones compared to the loss of SCVs, it's very disparate right now. You can see Jaedong has just killed so many SCVs this game. It looks like more are going to go down here as Gumiho is not paying attention. He's going to lose a ton of workers as he launches basically his last-ditch desperation attack. But the little does he know that there are 4 Ultralisks ready to pop out. So these rebels, without a cause, they are going to get taken down very, very quickly once those Ultras come out, I believe. Meanwhile, Jaedong just doesn't care anymore. He's just sicking his Ultras on the remainder of the Terran reinforcements. It looks like the hatchery does go down here. Unbelievable. And Gumiho looking to take out another expansion, although he doesn't find a hatchery there. But there is a drone army there. He needs to drop a comsat and take out those drones. And there we go. Revenge is so sweet. But is it going to be enough? Will revenge be enough for justice for the Terrans? I don't think so. I think this is almost like the fallout. This has got to be the end here for Gumiho, the end of the line. Jaedong has breached into the Terran main base, and that's never a sign of good things. We can see Widow Mines are coming back right now, trying to get underground. They will get underground. Oh man, they detonate on the Overseer and the Mutalisk, but Jaedong pulls away with some acrobatic maneuvers here and gets out of harm's way. Now Jaedong is basically on 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got like, oh yeah, it's over. Gumiho calls GG. Jaedong is victorious in a 2-0 spanking of Gumiho, really. And there it is. EG.Jaedong is victorious. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed these matches. Absolutely incredible level of play here. And so excited to watch Jaedong play. I've got more games for you guys. I got some games with Stefano, Coco. Oh god, who else? Huck actually played in this tournament. Naniwa. It's an incredible lineup. Even Leanoff played as well. So I can't wait to bring you guys some more games. Do stay tuned. I'll have another set for you guys tomorrow. But for now, this is HD Starcraft. I am